Well, greetings. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel today. I want to keep this one relatively short and kind of sharp. I am going to be doing a video this week on ritual magic. I have put a little bit of a poll out there and also asked a friend of mine, hello, you know who you are, what do you think my topic should be for this coming week? And it was a toss-up between finding my path, my spiritual journey, which I will get to, and ritual magic or money magic, which I am going to get to all three of these topics. But the one that we're going to go with next week or in the next couple of days will be ritual magic. And I've actually already started to get a few little downloads and a few notes that I have written down. Sometimes I write them on my phone. Sometimes I write them on just, good old fashioned diary, a piece of paper, my little book of shadows. If you know me, I am very big on scribbles and sketches and writing sentences and always kind of trying to diarize my ideas, what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling and working through stuff. And that leads me to the topic that I just wanted to bring up today, which is spiritual discipline. And I think this is something that is just goes without saying, is that if you just do not have any form of discipline, you are really kind of up shit creek without a paddle, as I would say here in Australia. And I think we have to think of kind of like what the word, like ask yourself, like what does the word discipline, what does that mean to you? Because to me, it is the practice of showing up and really monitoring and checking in with your own behavior, checking into a code, a moral code that you're taking a stance on, and having the knowledge and having the self-awareness to step into your spiritual discipline. And that comes with anything, because this is the thing that I think people just don't get, and I see it all the time. The more that you give, the more that you get. To get a lot, you have to give a lot. And this is something that I think just gets bypassed in spirituality, in the spiritual field quite a lot, the tarot field, whatever, just in life in general, is that there isn't some kind of magical thing that's going to show up for you and do it for you. You have to be willing to have the energy and dedication and motivation to do it. It is hard. This is a hard road. Any type of self-reflection and self-evaluation or any type of self-improvement is going to be painful. When I think of that, I think of the word growing pains. It hurts to grow. It really does. Growing is painful. Life is painful. And the real question I think to myself a lot is, to get something, how prepared am I to suffer for this? How prepared am I to give? And that leads me on to the point that I really wanted to jump in and make today, is that a lot of this spiritual practice, whether you're a little witch, you're a witch, or whatever type of level you're at, we have to always think of it from a point of view of, it's always asking. I see that, you put an altar out and you might put a lot of effort into it, or you set up a little space in your bedroom, wherever you can, in the cupboard or whatever. Whether you're doing it in secret or not, it doesn't matter. And you're coming up to spirit, you're stepping up to the altar, you're using the altar as a stepping stone, as a place to connect to the other side, connect to spirit, connect to the deity or God or, demon, whatever it is that you want to work with. But what are you giving? It always seems to be take, ask. But what are you giving? And what are you prepared to put in? And most of the time, it's not really like, and I get this in my head right now, it's not really about giving something on a physical level. Even just your time, even just the gift of time, the precious gift of time. Like, my time is the most precious commodity that I have. So where I choose to direct that energy is paramount to me. That's why I just don't engage with anything. I don't watch much TV anymore, because it derails me and it weakens me in my discipline, in my strength. And it's just junk food. It's just bullshit. It's arguing. It's toxic. It's chaotic. It's neurotic. Keeping a clear mind really helps me stay in my discipline and staying in my power, And so when I think of discipline, I always, for me personally speaking, when I am motivated to do something, I have to have a goal, because, hey, without a goal, you've got no place to go. But I also have to really have that motivational factor of what is it that I'm going to get out of this? And is it the acquisition of knowledge? Because I think that's the ultimate gift of all is as I grow older, my body gets weaker, but my mind gets stronger. I'm doing this kind of trade-off, and discipline is just everything. I get up every morning, most mornings, and I'm now going to the pool. And this is a vast improvement from where I was, like the other side of the Grand Canyon improvement, because being in lockdown in Australia, in Melbourne, for 18 months on and off, really, really fucked me up. I've got that Sagittarian energy, which needs to run. I need to be free. I need to get physical. I need to get my hands dirty. I need to travel. And to put me in that situation where I'm legally not allowed to, and it's like locked in your house, curfews after 8 o'clock, it was just like really, really, really fucked me up. And I prayed and prayed, and I waited and I waited, and I really, really went inside myself to find a plan that I wanted to execute, so that I really had a new take on life when I came into this year and I came into the following couple of years that we have. Because sitting in a bathtub all day, watching movies on fucking the iPad and just eating and feeling like shit, really is not conducive to my creativity. It's not conducive to raising my vibration higher. And this is something I'd like to talk about. It is a choice. Raising your vibration, believe it or not, is a choice. If I listened to a fool, or if I hang out with someone that is an idiot, what type of vibration is that going to give me? What type of vibration am I going to be sitting in? Or I could just ignore them, or I could just change the channel. And I think that's the thing. Like say for example, I know this is a little bit jumpy, but say for example, you're dancing with someone and you're tired of doing the same old dance. You're tired, or even an analogy, just talking on the phone to someone and they bring up the same damn thing. If you change what you're talking about, if you change the dance that you're dancing into a different position and start dancing at a different rhythm and a different movement pattern, they either are going to stick around or they're going to start to shift with you. And that is so crucial to deciding whether this person is adaptable to your own adaptability as you adapt through life. Because just hitting the same old note all the time is stagnated. Yeah, and it's safe. It's fucking safe. It's doing the same thing over and over and over. Fuck that. All right, fuck that. So find what motivates you. So I'm going to share what I want. I want to live a life that's off the chart. Straight up. Overseas holidays every year. I want to live in a huge, big farm, massive house, out in the country, 5 bedrooms, home gym, home movie theater room, sweeping staircase. Think of like the fucking Addams Family. Think of that. That's the type of thing that I'm going for, with a giant big swimming pool. And I visualize that. I have visual images saved on my phone. I have the vision board. And it's very, very important that we have that motivation. That is what I want. That is where I'm going. So if anything that I meet, see, touch, feel, whatever, or come in a vibrational contact with that doesn't help me facilitate creating that paradigm and making that dream vision happen for me, I don't align with it. And that is coming down to the discipline of pulling away from things that are not of service to us, ultimately. Now, also, as we have to, create, it's not always about service to us. It is also about what service we bring. And I will be talking about this in my video coming up next, which will be Ritual Magic. But it's really about taking the time every day, even if it's 10 minutes. We're all busy. We are. Okay, most of us are. Taking the time to just give. Taking the time to give energy to something that is of service to the world or of service to your deity. Now, this is going to sound hard to hear, and I'm going to get onto this in the next video, but in order to get power, you need power. That's how power actually works. All right. So say, for example, you're trying to summon or bring forth some kind of entity that is very powerful. That energy is not interested in you. And what have you got to offer that energy? What have you done? What have you taken the time to really learn about that deity or that demon or that whatever? Doesn't matter. You have to take the time to learn and take the time to get to know what it is that you're A, doing, and B, what is it that the other side wants from you to do. And some of these things, as I've noticed with my meditations and my channeling, is that sometimes they're very obscure little things. And sometimes they are of service to other people, like lending my time to a homeless shelter or lending my time to someone who is in some kind of state of peril. So standing up for someone else that won't stand up for themselves or can't, particularly homeless people, as I've noticed working with one particular energy that I'm now connecting with. I've been told that I need to start giving more time to people in that space. And in doing so, that will bring me closer to that energy. So you have to have a very strong sense of self-will. So when we're visualizing something and we have the discipline and we're sitting down and we're doing the visualization and we're doing that meditation, we're channeling that energy of what the life that we're trying to create and trying to shift into that paradigm. It's very, very important when we visualize, because visualization is part of the process of directing and shifting that energy into the physical reality. That is ultimately what the magic is. That's ultimately what mind magic is. Well, any type of magic is shifting an energy, but it has to come from a place of visualization. That's why a lot of people that have no imagination can't do magic, because they've got no magic in them. They've got no imagination. Imagine, and bring yourself there and strengthen that. The mind is like a muscle, and we've got to have that discipline to show up every day and work that muscle the fuck out, just like the brain. Every part of us can be improved by repetitive showing up and doing the work. If you're really serious about it, you will make the time for it. And the more that we practice it, the more neural pathways that we strengthen and fortitude inside of our body, inside of our spirit, the better that we get. The better it gets, the better it gets. But there must be a handover of service to achieve this. So thinking that you're going to light a little candle in your bedroom and that'll be enough, no, it really won't. Think of it this way. When I have friends, and I have a few friends all around the world, a lot of them don't live in the same city as me, I look after my friends. I take the time to message them, check in with them, and not little fucking little chitty chat. I mean, how are you really? What is going on in your life? How are you feeling? What can I do to help you? It's no different. When you're bonding with an energy, you have to really check in with that energy. So it would be like they come through the door. Say if it's a friend, they come through the door. How was your day? Can I get you a cup of tea? Can I make you something to eat? I put on some cookies for you. I've just got them on the table when you walk in. Take off your clothes, take off your shoes, take all that shit off, get in the shower. Can I give you a neck rub? Can I give you a massage? Let me take a look at your back. Let's talk about your day. Keeping honest, direct communication style going with people around me, I get that benefit back from them. Yeah. So what I'm saying is what you put into the relationship ultimately is what you should be getting back out. So if it's a specific deity or any type of entity that you're wanting to connect with that you feel resonates with you, learn about their sigil, learn about who they are, learn about what they like. You know, do they like this certain thing or that certain thing? Think of it like a friend. You know, when your friend comes over, when an honored guest comes over to my house, I want my house is clean, it's tidy, it's organized, it's smelling good, it's welcoming my guest, I'm looking after them, I'm going the fucking extra mile. An honored guest or a friend, when they come over, you know, just coming into a dirty, messy space, it's all chaotic, is insane. So I'm kind of learning that, you know, you really have to make the visual, what I call the VD, what we're really ultimately looking for here in life. Like when you do a job or you do gardening or you do go to the gym, we're looking for a visual difference. Make the time and make the damn visual difference. It doesn't matter if you're doing it outside and you're going out and you're performing some kind of energetic thing that you're connecting with in terms of connection to deity, sweep away those fucking leaves. Make it look special. Make your friends feel special. Take the time. Do the due diligence. Have that inside of you to offer. And that if you enforce that and not enforce, but if you practice that in your practice, that is how you're going to really get the attention of some of these beings that you might want to be working with. This chat is for life in general, but it is also more geared towards my witchy brothers and sisters, probably a little bit more in the left path, that are actually really doing this work. And if you are out there and you are really doing rituals or you really are practicing magic and you have the discipline in your practice, then you should have results to show for that. You know, that's the truth. You should not be living in poverty. If you're a witch, you should not be struggling every damn day. Yeah, we have periods of struggle. Yes, there are some hard times. Yes, money can get tight, but we should be living in abundance. So shifting our mind into motivation, what motivates me? Why am I doing this? That's the question. Why the fuck do I get down to the pool and drive in the dark and get into a freezing pool every morning to do 5Ks or whatever? Because I know that if I do this, I'm going to get the result afterwards. When I get out of that swimming pool, I feel amazing. I feel calm. I feel grounded. I feel centered. I don't allow the radio, even turning the radio on into my head with all this nonsense can derail me. I keep everything where I need it. When something falls out of place, I take my time, I pick it up, and I get back on track. And that is keeping a very clear mind. When I'm in ritual or when I'm moving into a meditation, when I'm doing my artwork, my phone is to be turned off at all times. I don't want that bleeping or an email coming through because it's going to distract me. Have the discipline, guys. This is what I'm practicing. Have that discipline to keep that fucking phone turned off, all right, and keep it away from you. And when you do something and you start it, see it through in that period of time that you may have allotted for that work that you're going to do. So if you're performing a ritual, you're doing your art, you're writing your book, well then keep the phone away. And you know that that's not, also when it comes to working with spirit, if you're you're not really there if you're checking your phone. Spirit's showing up for you and you can't even sit with them because you have to check your phone. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? No. So see where I'm going with this? Like, do you want to, when you talk to someone else and they're like, yeah, looking around, looking at the wall, can't look you in the eye. Yeah, you can hear they're not really interested. Well, you're not really going to be there for them. So why would you expect spirit to show up for you when you're not making your space special? And it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be like over the top. What it really comes down to, what matters most is what's in your heart and what you're really putting into it in your intention, in your soul. You know, I've got friends of mine that are absolutely flat broke. and they can't offer me anything physical, but I don't want anything physical from them. What I want is the love. I want the intention. I want their dedication to me, because that's what I give them. And ultimately, as I'm getting older, and yeah, I have acquired wealth. I have acquired a lot of stuff. You know, I'm living a pretty good life right now. When I've done a whole 180 from where I was a few years ago, and I'm living proof that if you have the discipline, you can do that. But as I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize what I really want from people is something that I can't give myself. And it's not materialistic. It's not physical. It's totally spiritual. So if you can't offer me an intellectual conversation, if you can't offer me some of your fire and passion of tell me who you are and be real with me, you are worthless to me. And I just fuck you off. You know, that's the Scorpio stinger. But that's the truth. And you should be doing that as well. All right. So I know this has been a little bit confronting. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't think it is. I think this is me being pretty honest with you and pretty fucking straightforward. Show up and do the work. Okay. It's really that simple. If you're really serious about your practice, you will make the time. If you're living at home and you're under the roof of someone else, you're still at home, or for whatever reason, it's none of my business why you're there. Maybe it's a bit difficult to create an altar space. Maybe it's a bit difficult to have that place of dedication. But you can still go out there and say, hey, I'm going to be doing something important. Please don't disturb me. Or you might, just take the time to clean up your room, clean up your house, get your house in order first. That's the best advice anyone could give you. When you get up in the morning, make your damn bed. Take the time to, just do it. Just do it. Okay. But that's really what it comes down to, is your mindset, what motivates you, and then just doing it, getting out of your own way. That's a big one. Spiritually, as I've come to the left path, a lot of the stuff that I'm learning about, A, is marketed in a completely different way. And B, it's really more about you getting out of your own way, getting out of your own bullshit. There is no ball and chain tied to your foot that says you have to do this. You're just in a rut and you're doing the routine thing. Shake up the routine. And I think the best advice you can do is do something drastic. If you're feeling stagnated and you're not in some kind of lockdown like I've been in, do something drastic. And I mean drastic. The more drastic, the better. Go book a train ticket somewhere. Go jump on an airplane if you can. Go just little things. Change the direction of the way that you go to work. Do anything to just shift the energy. Because ultimately, and I'm telling you this because, it is the truth. I promise you it's the truth. And I know when you're down, sometimes you can't see a way out. You can't see how it could get better. But know that when you say like 3 or 4 years ago, when you were in another hard time, you got through that too. So this isn't that bad. You're not dying, so a lot of it is our own self-talk. So watch the self-talk, stay away from BS TV shows and BS Instagram channels, and go inside you, feel what feels right to you, find a motivational bar, and stick to that. So it's really, in spirituality and in magic, it's really about getting a plan and sticking to that plan and bringing it into the physical world. And that is action, action, action. It's showing the fuck up and just do it. I promise you, just do it. Personally, for me, if you have access to any type of water or a swimming pool, probably the best thing. It's going to get you in this weightlessness, which I experience every day. The cold water on your body has this kind of alchemical change. Also, it really gets you in your breathing. Like when it's 1, 2, 3, stroke, breathe, 1, 2, 3, stroke, breathe. You're kicking. It's getting your whole body activated. It's a very low impact, obviously, because it is low gravity, gravity, swimming, yeah. And also just how your body is feeding itself oxygen. So good. So good. And then the best thing to do is try and get in some kind of routine in the workout in the morning. So that way you're sitting in your body, you're feeling good, you got the endorphins going, and that's a really good place to start. So just start. If all you can do today is just stand up in the chair, then that's okay. That's enough. And then tomorrow, maybe stand up in the chair, hold it for 10 minutes, sit back down. And the next day, maybe stand up in the chair and maybe try and take one step. But you always got to be taking a fucking step, not just sitting on your ass. All right. I hope this made sense. Show up for spirit. Spirit shows up for you. Take the time, be dedicated to your craft. And when you start to see those results happening, well, that's proof. It's working. It's working. So keep going and don't stop. All right. Don't stop. You have the discipline inside of you, and you know you can do this. You've got this. Just show up. Show up. Nothing's going to happen for you. You have to make it happen for yourself. These energies aren't going to give you jack shit, okay? I'm just going to tell you the truth now. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. A little bit of discipline chat. Why not? Fuck it. Why not? Welcome to 2022, the year that I decided to turn it the fuck up. So Shakti that shit and get back to work. We've all got work to do, and I'm getting back to work. Have a great day. Bye. Bye.